Hello. I invite you to continue this series of calm reflections on the book Our Home by André Luiz. A spiritual account of life after death, responsibility, and the maturation of consciousness through work. Chapter 27 is titled Work at Last. This is one of the most moving chapters of the entire book, because for the first time André Luiz does not only observe the spiritual world. He truly begins to work. And it happens in a place where the suffering of the soul becomes clearly visible. Tobias leads André to the Rectification Chambers, sectors located close to the Umbral. The very first moments in this place deeply shock him. It does not resemble an ordinary hospital. It is not a place of calm healing. It is a vast complex of chambers, filled with spirits who are only beginning to regain their balance after very difficult experiences. In the air there are groans, cries, and desperate calls for help. Many faces bear the marks of profound suffering. Some spirits are confused. Others struggle with their own memories. And still others do not understand where they are. The first impression is so overwhelming that André instinctively turns to prayer. Tobias, however, remains calm. For him, this is daily work. He explains that many of these suffering spirits have only recently left the Umbral, regions filled with confusion and spiritual misery. Here they are already under care. Although their condition is severe, this is the beginning of their regeneration. In one of the rooms, André observes a patient named Ribeiro. The man is going through a dramatic crisis. He cries out that he is suffocating. He begs to return home to his wife and children. He is convinced that his family is calling him from earth. Tobias explains that his suffering is intensified by the thoughts and despair sent by his loved ones, who continue to grieve his death. Ribeiro does not yet possess enough spiritual strength to free himself from these bonds. For this reason his soul remains trapped in a kind of inner nightmare. For André, this is a very difficult experience. He would like to ask questions. He would like to learn the story behind each suffering spirit. But he remembers Mrs. Laura's warning about the danger of pure curiosity. So he remains silent. He begins to understand that in this place knowledge is not the most important thing. The most important thing is help. Walking further between the beds, André hears more voices. Some cry out for water. Others complain of hunger. Still others beg for rescue. The sight of so many suffering souls deeply moves him. Tobias explains something very important. They should not see this place only as a gathering of pain. These people are already under protection. They have left the Umbral, and that means their path of recovery has already begun. At one point Tobias uses a striking expression. He calls many of these spirits smugglers in eternal life. He explains that during their earthly lives, they believe that wealth, power, pleasures, or selfish ambitions would still have value after death. They did not prepare themselves spiritually. They did not transform material goods into spiritual values. And therefore, as Tobias says, millionaires of physical sensations have now become beggars of the soul. Later, André enters another chamber. There lie 32 men, immersed in a deep and heavy sleep. Tobias explains that these are spirits who spent their entire lives rejecting the meaning of goodness, work, and responsibility. They did not believe in spiritual life. They accepted only emptiness. Because of this, their consciousness fell into a long state of sleep. Only with time will they slowly awaken. During the treatment, Tobias applies strengthening passes from the bodies of many patients. Dark and heavy fluids begin to emerge, the result of long-term spiritual distortions. Narcissa and the other workers try to remove the impurities. Seeing how much work is needed, André spontaneously reaches for the tools and begins to help. Without hesitation, without questions, he simply works. And in this moment, something very important happens. André Luiz, once a proud physician on earth, discovers deep joy in the simplest nursing work. The work is difficult. It requires effort. But it brings him a profound inner sense of meaning. For the first time, he truly feels that his presence can be useful. Chapter 27 reveals one of the most important truths of this book. True spiritual growth begins when we stop asking questions and begin to serve, not through great achievements, but often through the simplest actions. This chapter also reminds us of our responsibility for the life we live. It shows that after death, we do not carry with us wealth or social status. We carry only what we have truly become: our thoughts, our feelings, our choices. And yet this chapter is also full of hope. Even the most lost souls can begin the process of renewal, as long as someone is willing to help them, and as long as within them there appears even the smallest willingness to change. And it leaves us with a simple but very deep question: what values are we truly gathering in our lives? Are they values that remain only on earth, or values that will also have meaning in the life of the Spirit? In the next chapter, André Luiz will continue to learn more deeply about the work carried out in the sectors of spiritual regeneration. The journey continues. See you